fucking Tuesday. Stop scrolling, listen up, and hit that follow button. Smack the shit out that follow button. Put your elbow into that follow button. But whatever you do not leave my page without hitting that follow button. Yeah, y'all. So we got 14 days left until the election. Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. But I want to speak to a specific demographics of the American population. Our African American men, black men. Come here, y'all. It's 40 million African Americans in America. 20 million of us are black men. But some of you seem to think, at least what I saw on TikTok, that your vote doesn't count. I was so disheartened to hear this young African-American king get on and say that his vote doesn't matter and that we are old and we don't know what's going on with that, and anybody that believes that the vote counts doesn't really matter. That is what they want you to believe. That is what the regime is expecting of our African-American men in order to control the narrative. But let me talk to you, my people. Let me let you watch this video of this young man who really hurt my heart that said his vote doesn't count. And then I'll be right back to tell you why your vote counts, African-American men. And I'm gonna let some of our sisters help us out. You know your man, Pharaoh Musa, the scientist, is bringing receipts and not deceit. Watch this video of this young African-American man saying he doesn't want to vote, and I'll be right back. Peace.
Hey, let me know if this is an ignorant opinion to have, bro. But you'll never catch me voting for no president, no senate, none of that shit, bro. I'm not voting, bro. I understand our ancestors fought for our rights to vote, but in my opinion, it's not what they fought for, bro. Cause our vote don't count. I feel like our vote don't count, and millions of other young people feel the same way. And if you sit here and tell me that our vote truly counts, you're a part of this fucked up ass matrix, bro. They're going to put whoever they want in that office, bro, whether we like it or not. Y'all don't think they rig the elections just like they rig everything else, bro? This is the divide between older and younger people, bro. Because there's a lot of older OGs in my life that tell me, oh, I need to vote. I need to go vote. And they list all these reasons, and I honestly just feel like they're brainwashed to what they grew up on, to all that they know. A lot of these OGs and shit, they don't really know what's going on, bro. All they know is what they grew up on. And voting, them being so fresh out of like the slavery, Jim Crow era, they really truly think that voting mattered. And I feel like now that we're really seeing everything for what it is, that shit don't matter, that shit don't count. Because why would the presidential elections don't even affect us, bro? I don't care what you say. Whether Trump or Biden is in office, we're all still fucked anyway. Tell me I'm lying. But that's just my opinion, bro. Let me know if I'm wrong.
King, I feel you. I understand that you can believe in this current environment that your vote doesn't count. But that's completely not true. But before I allow my sisters to holler at you about why your vote counts, let me let some of your own peers tell you why your vote counts. Watch this video of this other young king who understands the narrative and give you 4 specific points or reasons why your vote, African-American men, does count. My young African-American men, my old African-American men, my in-between African-American men, your vote counts. Young king, talk your shit. I'll be right back. Peace.
4 reasons why you need to vote. 1. Be looking out for your future self. You might not care now, but you will when you graduate. 2. Talk is cheap, but voting is free. 3. Voting is a privilege that people in other countries are still fighting for. Don't take it for granted. 4. Nothing will change if you don't vote. If you want to see real actual change, you have to speak up and vote.
So yeah, my global citizens, specifically my African-American men, that's true. You heard him. He gave you 4 specific points, but I digress. Let me let my sisters holler at us because men, my African-American men, we still seem to believe that our vote doesn't count. But they have convinced you that you are part of their winning team. Most people that are voting for MAGA are white men and women, not African-American men. That is a fallacy that the media is telling you. But don't let me say that. Let my sisters holler at you about that narrative, and I'll be right back. Peace.
The math ain't math in here, guys. There is no large enough constituency of black men supporting Donald Trump that could swing this election either way. If we want to talk about people who are supporting Donald Trump, the biggest number is white people. It's conservative white voters. So it baffles me why the media is constantly pushing this storyline as though black men could hand the presidency to Donald Trump. It's just not true.
Yeah, my global citizens, that media and MAGA and Republicans continue to gaslight us African-American men. But my sister Jasmine Crockett from the House of Representatives representing Texas, and my girl Lene, who's a TikTok influencer, these sisters got a message for us, brothers. Come here, my black men. Listen to these sisters with the message. Your vote counts. Don't be fooled. Vote, my brothers, vote. Listen to this video and I'll be right back. Peace.
Say big ups to my black man, because y'all are getting a bad rap right now. I really don't believe as many of y'all are falling for that trap. But I also know that while the most solid voting bloc that we have is black women for Democrats, we know that right behind black women is black men. It ain't no other demographic that votes as strongly for the Democrats as black men. So let me just make sure I acknowledge that in the first place. The second thing, again, when I go back to talking about this has to be about you. It's not about them. It has to be about you. And when you got a candidate that's out there talking about, you know what, I'm upset about these progressive prosecutors that have decided that they want to go after law enforcement when they kill one of y'all like a dog in the street. Listen, he's trying to give them criminal immunity because we finally have some prosecutors that we got elected that decided that our lives matter. And so I don't know how it is that you could ever justify voting for somebody that would be okay with them literally taking your lives, especially over $1,200, if that is your justification, especially since you need to holler at Auntie Nancy, because Nancy was the Speaker of the House and it was her legislation that she pushed forward with. All Trump did was slow down your checks by deciding that he wanted to put his name on it, because this was not...
Give y'all that money.
He didn't.
And so in this opportunity, black men shouldn't have any questions. This black woman, a black woman has saved your life. In more ways than one, whether it's a grandma on her knees praying, whether it's your mama making sure that you had an after-school program to go to so you wouldn't be doing the wrong thing, or whomever, a black woman has saved your life. So I'm not asking you for undying loyalty in this moment for somebody you might not connect with. What I'm asking you to get in step, because it's our job.
Dear my African-American men, my black men, you are not MAGA. They do not have your back. Did you hear what our sister said? We need to stand up and support our sister Kamala Harris. That's our heart. That's our culture. We need her. We need her to change the narrative, and we should be involved in that. And black men, 20 million of us, your vote counts. My sister, my new vice president, soon to be Madam President, Kamala Harris, talk to me. Do you think that Donald Trump would use the military against us to protect his own interests because we don't agree with him? What say you, Madam President? Watch this video and I'll be right back. Speak to us, Madam President. Thank you.
You and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after people who are engaged in peaceful protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy. And in a democracy, the President of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it. And this is what is at stake, which is why you have someone like the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying what Mark Milley has said about Donald Trump being a threat.
So in closing, my African-American men, your vote does count. We received the right to vote in 1870. The 15th Amendment allowed African-American men the right to vote in this country. People died, were murdered, lynched, and raped, and beaten for our right to vote. So please don't mistake them gaslighting you over your vote, meaning your vote doesn't count. If your vote didn't count, they wouldn't put so much effort into stopping it. Black men, wake the fuck up. Listen to our brother articulate very clearly how the government has killed Marcellus Williams. He was executed by MAGA, by Republicans. So your vote, black men, should never go to a Republican or anybody MAGA. Listen to our brother articulate very clearly how they killed one of us. Peace, like, follow, comment.
Make no mistake, MAGA killed our brother Marcellus Williams. From Governor Parson to Attorney General Andrew Bailey to every judge who had his very life in their hands and chose to snuff it out, it is MAGA all up and down that chain, and we ain't gonna let them forget. And don't you dare tell me not to make his death political when politics caused his death. Somebody told me, hey brother, it's too soon. No, actually, it's too late. It's too late for Marcellus. See, as a registered independent, y'all know who I used to work for. I can see right down the center of this political divide. And as I hear y'all call out Kamala Harris on her past for mass incarceration, all I'm saying is keep that same energy here. To court the black vote, then kill Marcellus Williams is wild work. Let's just be honest. Maybe it's not the Democratic plantation that kept us away from Republicans for so long. Maybe it's the fact that the Republicans love the death penalty, even though black men make up more than half of the wrongly convicted and make up 53% of all exonerations. Maybe it's the fact that under the 13th Amendment, slavery is still legal, and 92% of for-profit prisons who donate to politics donate to Republicans. And if y'all ever heard of Cancer Rally in Louisiana, this chain of 85 miles of black communities who got redlined into being right beneath the fumes of petrochemical companies and everybody's sick? Yeah, well, they just got blocked from partnering with the EPA to sue for environmental racism under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Who blocked them? It was Judge James Cain. Who appointed James Cain? It was Donald J. Trump. See, y'all looking at presidents. I'm looking at the judges they appoint and the lasting impacts it has on our community. Amy Coney Barrett, Brett Kavanaugh, and Neil Gorsuch all said that our brother Marcellus Williams deserved to die, even when the victim's family said he did not. And as a black man who has been behind bars and has survived police brutality, you want my vote. I went to the X page of Governor Mike Parson, Marcellus's final executioner, and just read his tweets. This man been holding Trump's water for a long time. He has officially endorsed Trump. All of Marcellus Williams's killers universally endorsed Trump. As an independent voter, as a black man who has possession of his own mind, I got a lot of options on the table. Trump ain't one of them. There's going to be a lot of federal judges retiring this next session. If you want more of this BS, you know who to vote for. But as for any black man who think it's in his best interest to vote for Donald Trump or any MAGA candidate, alright. But just remember, hashtag MAGA killed Marcellus.
Kamala or Trump?
Probably Kamala.
And why?
I just am not a fan of Donald Trump.
I want to vote for her because she might be the first girl president, and I hope she wins.